Well, all things considered, I will take 27-10. It was an ugly game in the first half. I felt like it was the exact game that Auburn needed to pull off the upset. But in the second half, after Connor goes down, Max showed out. He did exactly what you would expect a backup like Max Johnson to do. Took what was given to him, threw a great ball to Evan Stewart. That was an amazing ball. It had to be in a small window because of the safety coming in. Evan Stewart made a great grab. That was a great touchdown. You really feel like A&M could have scored closer to 40, 45 points this game with that scoop and score being called back, which was, I thought, very surprising, kind of ridiculous that you would call a play like that back given what the replay looked like. I mean, sure, maybe you had an argument, but it was not indisputable. It was not indisputable that that was a incompleted pass. So regardless, you felt kind of bad about the offense sputtering out in the first half. I would argue that a lot of that was due to the offensive line's pre-snap penalties, especially in the red zone. A&M should have been up 10 or 14-0 early in this game, and then it did stall out a few times, a few 3-and-outs. Those were terrible. Those felt bad. But you know what? This offense has been good all year. We're going to take that as growing pains and move forward. This is probably the most talented or equal to the most talented defense we've played so far this year. But I feel really good about getting this game to 27-10 because the defense did show out. DJ Durkin drew up a good game plan. He let Peyton Thorne cook, and when you do that, you feel pretty good. He drew up pressure. The blitzes he used were successful. I think there were 7 sacks on the day, and the nickel blitzes were really, really a sight for sore eyes. Now, we still saw a lot of 3-man front, and of course, we're going to complain about that. We don't like that, and they were able to run against it because you pull that defensive end out into the flat or out into the slot receiver, over the slot receiver, and you kind of open up that box. You only have 4 or 5 in the box at a time. And of course, they're going to run against that, and you become a super, super conservative defense. And they were able to have a few sustained drives that stalled out. But against Auburn, a team like this that you were not confident in to capitalize on those kinds of drives, I think you live with that. I think it was a really solid defensive game plan. I think it was really good. And the thing is, we're not playing any super high-powered offenses over the next few weeks, including Alabama. At least it doesn't seem to be that way right now. So you like the trend of the defense. You feel good about the pressure that was generated. Offensively, I mean, what can you say? Connor went out and Max showed out. The running backs were able to put some stuff together late that you feel really good about, especially that 80-yard Amari Daniels run. I wonder if on a day that's not 98 degrees outside, Amari is able to finish that play and get a touchdown because he definitely looked like he got gassed at the end of that thing. But it's really cool to see him get involved. This is a statement I definitely wanted to make after watching this game. I think Le'Veon Moss needs to get a bulk of the running back carries. He is so explosive. He has such a motor. He has such a drive forward to get the extra couple of yards. And he seems like an every down kind of a back. He's smaller, but he's fit. He's really kind of like a bowling ball out there, just a ball of energy. And I think Le'Veon Moss needs to touch the ball a lot more. But I'm really happy with Amari Daniels on that last play. Reuben Owens had his first touchdown of his career last game, and he followed it up with a bit of a bad performance today. And I know one fumble, I guess that makes it a bad performance on the day. It was a bad fumble, scoop and score fumble. Jimbo tried to get it on the play, but he decided against it at the very last minute. He could have made that tackle if he wanted to. But yeah, Reuben Owens, you really wish he wouldn't have made that mistake right there. You wish he would have held on to it. But I mean, it really feels like the game should have been 40-0. Just a lot of penalties limiting A&M. Bad officiating, if you want to make that argument. Right now, after my first viewing of the game, I wouldn't argue against you, but I would still lean on A&M's offensive line making pre-snap mistakes. Bryce Foster not snapping the ball with the correct timing, causing a couple of false starts. At least that's how it seems on my first viewing. I'll have to watch it again. But the offensive line is solid in the pass blocking department, but as good as they are in pass blocking, it seems like they're not run blocking as good as they could be. It seems like they still continue to have issues getting to that next level. But you can't complain with the pass blocking. The pass blocking was good. The quarterback, for the most part, had time. You cannot complain about it. But I'll have to rewatch it again and report back with you guys Sunday night. I'm out here in South Carolina for a wedding right now. That's why I'm in a weird setting with weird clothes on. This is not the Drew you're used to. But I was able to watch the whole game, leaving for the wedding in about 15 minutes. The timing was beautiful. But it was just a really ugly, brutal game that Texas A&M was able to overcome and win. And the scoreboard, you can't complain about it. I do think Ruben Owens owes the defense a steak dinner, though, because having a 3 on the board, that would have felt really good for this defense. And even though they didn't give up that last touchdown, they got to to double digits. It is what it is. It's not a game that you really wanted to see. You wanted to see A&M versus a team like this really stamp in like a 45-3 win. It didn't happen, but they salvaged it. 27-10 feels okay. I'll have to rewatch it to see if there's some issues long term. But I do feel like the team is making strides. Overall, I do feel like, you know, the defense especially made strides this game. Now, the offense, obviously, it's a weird game when you lose Connor Wigman. We hope Connor's good long term. We have no idea what happened at this point. But in a game like this, getting Max in there may have been just what the doctor ordered because the offense was stalling out, and getting that new vibe, that new blood in there. Max looked like he was absolutely ready. That actually worked out in our favor this game, but you need Connor long term. And not only do you need Connor, you need a second quarterback because who's behind Max? Unproven players. So you really hope Connor's okay. We'll take this win going into Arkansas next week. And I'm sorry, guys, I can't give you a better rundown, a better post-game reaction today. I'm out here in the field, obviously. I have to go to a wedding like right now. But that's the best I'm going to get for you guys today. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Gig 'em. Great win. I'll take it.